What's up? What's going on? We're gonna be doing our Empire recap today, you guys. So this was the, what is it called, midwinter finale or something like that. So we're not gonna see Empire again until what, March, they said. So I'll be watching Star. I'm not going to review it just because it's something that I'm doing like right now and I don't really know how it is or if I even really like it. I'm gonna watch it most likely later on or tomorrow or something, we'll see. But yeah, I doubt I'll do a recap of it, but that could always change, we'll see. I hope you guys checked out my last reviews that I had put up, which was my Love and Hip Hop. I also had put up a Bad Girls Club. Like, I'm on it this week, y'all. I've been on it. Okay, and in case you're wondering what hair this is, for those of you lovely ladies out there, this is from my line, the Samore Love Seduction Wave. Okay, so definitely be sure to like check it out on my other channel, or I'll try to remember to put a link down below, but all the information's on my other channel. Alright guys, so Angelo was doing like a debate press conference type of thing. I think that's what it would be called. His mom was there, his girl was there by his side, and there was somebody who called him out who pretty much was saying like he's not really a relatable type of character, not a relatable type of guy. So Cookie Lyon stepped up to the plate real quick. She let them know who she was, which most people already know who she is, and just that she pretty much is like, you know, she said a lot of things about him and about his past and the reason why she's with him, and he still lives in Harlem in a 5-floor walk-up and things like that. So it kind of lets them know like, okay, he has money, he grew up pretty well, but he still can be relatable at the end of the day. And she also agreed to have the ball that they usually have like outdoors so everybody would be able to view it, see it, and everything else. So that part kind of threw them for a loop because they wasn't prepared for that. Like the mom especially, she's like, we have vendors coming, now you have to get tents set up, you have to get permits. Like there's a lot of things involved if you're gonna do something outside. You can't just say, oh, I'm gonna set up and have a street party or a street ball or anything like that outside just straight off the bat. But that was actually a really good idea that Cookie came up with, because the people was cheering, they was loving it, and mom was smiling as though she was the person who came up with the plan, even though at the back of it all she talking about no. Lucious brother Tyrek, he's getting closer to solving the mystery because he's been working with Sean the snitch, right? And he's trying to find out like what's going on with Freida, and you know, who was the people that Lucious had paid off, which he was talking about in the emails and things like that. And when he spoke to his boss and he got his boss to freeze Lucious' assets, he asked him real quick like, why are you so invested in this? Is this a cousin, relative? He was like, no, I just want to catch the bad guys. Like, yo, you straight BSing right now, you're full of crap. Lucious meets with Angelo's mother and they start scheming. Okay, she wants him to stop this journalist that's about to put out a story about Angelo's past. And in return, she said that she would make sure that she like breaks up the relationship between Cookie and Angelo so that he can win her back. Because you know, Lucious, he can sleep with anything he wants to and anybody he wants to, honey. But when it comes to Miss Cookie, no, honey. She has to wait around for him. She has to sit there with her legs closed or crossed like this and wait around for him to come back to her. And he's like so, oh my gosh. Like he just gets on my nerves and under my skin. And there's so many people that's like that. They can do whatever they want, but they want to like hold you back from greatness. So he meets up with the dude that she was talking about, the journalist, and he has one of his rappers, like Thug Life, straight Thug Life, come out. My phone, my birds are chirping, boo. Has him come out straight Thug Life and talking about shooting up and killing and being loyal and doing whatever he gotta do, like a whole bunch of gangster stuff, okay? That it would just scare the crap out of anybody. And so he's like, what is he talking about? Like the journalist was like, started to get super scared. And then he kind of like breaks it down for him. And the man looked like he was going to be leaving that place with piss in his pants. Like seriously, like smelling like a pure odor of the homeless man in the street who pissed on himself every single day, like day and night. That's how he was going to leave smelling, because that man was scared, okay? Super scared. He's like, it's not a threat. And he's like, no, it's not a threat. I'm just telling you about the loyalty and blah, blah, blah. And that caused him to like kind of know that he wasn't going to put out that story after that. You know, it was like an unspoken promise type of thing. He's like, no, it's just letting you know that you're not going to do this, this, and this. I was like, yo, he straight sunned him, okay? And the crazy thing about that was that when she met up with him, the mother, when she met up with Lucious again to just kind of catch up with things and see what he had done and to find out that he actually kept his promise, she's talking about, she showed him numbers, because you know numbers don't lie, boo. She showed him the numbers and told him that according to these numbers, his polls and all them things went up, and it looks like it's all because of Cookie. So unfortunately, she's not going to be able to hold up her end of the bargain. And he was like, you know what, okay. Like first he was like, that's not cool, but then he was like, you know what, I ain't going to debate with her. He was like, all right, it's fine, just take this as a little gift, okay? Take it and go. And I'm like, no, 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 no. We don't see Lucious for what, 3 seasons? We know that it's not that easy. Lucious will not let something go. Somebody double crossing him? Nah. She didn't know, but she was gonna learn, okay? She was gonna learn. Seems like Lucious and Anika, they're back and heavy and getting, you know, getting down and dirty. I mean, I guess you're in the same house. She doesn't really go out. He goes out, but he don't really have anybody right now, so why not do it together, right? They're married anyway, so makes sense. His mother, though, she ain't really feeling that too much, because, you know, she don't really like Anika. It almost seemed like she kind of jealous of the relationship that him and Anika have or something. I don't know. But she's, like, determined to take Anika down. And she starts vacuuming and gets Anika, like, pissed off because they're both laying down sleeping. It's probably like super early in the morning. She want to talk about she vacuuming right there. So Anika's just like, no, it's enough of this. Either it's her or it's me and the baby. Like, you got to do something about this. And his mom's like, I ain't going back. I ain't going back. But I don't know, because you know how he feels about this. And this is kind of keeping him out of jail too. So he gonna have to make some decisions. Cookie meets with Jamal because, you know, she volunteered him to be the headliner of this ball thingy. And when she goes to see him, he's like pretty much like, you know, he's always on the pill. So, and it was Lucious that had put it in her ear that he shouldn't be on the thing because, you know, of his situation or whatever. He's going to make her look bad. So she was kind of thinking about that a lot too. But then she made him give up all his pills, like every one that he had. He had some in his bag, he had some in the room, he had some everywhere. But she found them all and put them down the drain, honey. And that was like pretty much the end of that. Like, you won't function without these pills. Andre, he wasn't looking too good. He was like all scrunched up in the ball and just not looking like himself. He looked like he was depressed or something. Like, he just didn't want to be around anybody. And Nessa came to visit him and she's like, what's wrong? So he told her that he's bipolar, and she's like, what is it that your wife used to do for you? And he tells her she used to do everything for him. She used to make sure he took his medicine and made sure he was good, you know, did all the wifely duties that she was supposed to be doing, you know, a ride or die type of thing. But Nessa was like, well, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And I was just like, well, hot diggity dog. And he was like, you're leaving me? And she was like, no, I'm not leaving you, but you're going to have to do these things for yourself. And I'm just like, she's not wife material. At the end of the day, like, she's somebody for right now. She's somebody, you know, that's cool. Yeah, I see the whole trying to get you independent thing. But if you're willing to be with him for the long term, like, this is something you're always going to have to deal with. So you should at least be there to, like, support him and help him out and things like that. But she just like, that's a lot. Like, I ain't doing it. And I'm like, I don't know about her, Andre. I think you need a new one. Maybe you should go back to the white girl or something. Nah, I mean, I'm playing with y'all. But, you know, I just feel like she's not really, like, at the level that he needs somebody to be at for him. because obviously he been going down and she hasn't even like taken notice of it. I mean, they've been together for a couple weeks now. I mean, in TV land it's probably even longer than that, and she didn't even know that he had any type of issue, yet he's been acting weird quite some time. Then they had a scene after that where he was like in the beach kind of looking like he was meditating and just kind of getting himself back together, which is something that I personally like to do. I like to meditate. If I had a beach close to me, I definitely would go to the beach and just kind of smell the water and just sit there and relax and just soak up all that positive energy. But when he was there, he was talking to Rhonda, and then he was like kissing her goodbye, and I'm like, he probably looked real weird like on the beach. He probably like, and people probably looking at him like, what you doing? But that was like his final goodbye to her. She walked into the water, so it looks like she's not going to be a part of his memory any longer. Like, she's really gone now. And she made him promise that he would kill that bee, Anika, okay? The person that killed him and killed their baby. So that's his new quest, is he's going to, I'm pretty sure he's going to try to fulfill that because he promised her. Lucious decides to take a little visit to the Fed office where his brother Tyrek works, and he brings Thirsty along with him just in case he needs a little help. When he does, he tells his brother, like, you know what, here you go. You know, you done took all the money out of people's pockets, out of all my employees. So then he tells him, he reveals, he pulls out a badge and he kind of reveals to everybody that was standing, because you know Lucious likes to give a show. He pulls out the badge and is just like, you know, our father, he never did anything wrong except have you as his bastard child, and that's what got him killed. And the thing that he told me on his deathbed was to watch out for you. This is not what brothers do. And I was like, whoa, hot diggity dog. That's how you lay a guilt trip on somebody. And that's how you snitch them out too. So now everybody knows that that's his brother. So they see that there's a vendetta, that he has a purpose, he has a reason for why he's going so hard against him. So he may just have to fall back a little bit now that everybody done found this out, because I don't think that you're supposed to really prosecute or go, you know, do a case with your family or against your family, because then it's like you have so much invested in it. It's just like with doctors, how they're not really allowed to go against, I mean, perform anything on their, like, surgeries or anything like that on their family members. But the ball was going well. Cookie went to go and get Jamal because he wasn't there, and Hakeem, he had performed with what's her name, with Tiana. They did a great performance. Jamal's hair was fly as ever, colors and all that, and then he ends up kissing her. She looked like she was like, yo, what you doing, for like the beginning of it, but everybody was like cheering him on. The crowd was there, you know, hyped and everything, so she just kind of played into it, and she smiled, so she kind of looked like she was liking it. I'm like, oh, here we go again. He couldn't get Nesta, so now he back to her. She gonna leave you for a girl, okay? That's what's gonna happen with Tiana. That's pretty much what happened with that. So that she, like I was saying, Cookie went to go and see Jamal, and Jamal was looking bad. Like, he was throwing up, sweating, had chills, because he was going through withdrawals. He's so used to taking those pills so much that his body became dependent upon them. And, you know, the whole withdrawal symptoms thing, I've seen it on a few different shows and a few different reality shows. It can be crazy because your body is so used to taking those toxins in. So she had to literally go in the drain, because she said her daddy or her grandfather, I think she said her daddy was a plumber. She went in the drain and had to go and get those nasty, dirty, yucky, melted looking pills and give it to him so he could swallow and start getting himself back together again. I mean, that was just nasty. I guess when you're an addict, like, it doesn't even really matter. You just need it in your system. That was crazy. Yeah, he went to the ball and he did a great job. He was sounding like, didn't he kind of sound like Michael Jackson? For those of y'all that, I mean, rest in peace, Michael Jackson. But this man, he has a really, really nice voice. The only other person I can think of that has a nice falsetto type of voice like that is The Weeknd. Like that, I can think of straight off the top of my head. Like, him and The Weeknd, they should do some type of collab, but maybe their voices are too similar, because they have that like high falsetto R&B thing going down. Felt like my foot was itching. I was trying to see what was going on. Alright, So following all that stuff, he did those things, and then at the end of that, once he did that performance, she was so hyped, did a great job. He gets off the stage, goes to the back, and he's surrounded by his family and co-workers, friends, all of that, and there's people that's ready to take him away, and they like, what you do? He like, what's going on? They're like, you gotta go to rehab. Try to make me go to rehab, I said. Yeah, they don't want those types of things to happen to him, where he becomes the singer, the infamous rapper that has an overdose, and people are just like, why didn't your family help you? What happened? Where were your friends at? They are there. Like, he was pissed off, but at the end of the day, they did one of the best things that they could have done for him. And he will probably realize that once he gets out and we see him hopefully in March. Because, yeah, he really needs to, like, change his life around. And also be careful with the people that he's around, because Homeboy, his little boy toy, he's a bad influence as well. It's like one is the demon and one is the angel. He needs to stick with the angel because he's good. So Tyrek actually got played by Shine. So Shine wasn't fully a snitch. Like, he was a snitch, but he had ulterior motives. And he was only snitching to a certain extent. He actually froze all his, he levied all his, like, laundromats and things like that in order to get money to give Lucious. It's just so stupid, like, but that's what he did at the end of the day. Now Tyrek hates him, and it seems like everybody that Tyrek tries to, like, get to help him to take Lucious down, they end up playing him. You know? So he just needs to, like, just drop it, you know, or try to get other ways around what he's trying to do, because Lucious people is loyal to a fault. Like, they pretend they snitch, but they don't really. You know? Yeah, honey child. Like I said, you can't play with Lucious, and Lucious made sure of that. When the ball was over, he had the journalist guy come up to Angelo and have the mic on and everything, and the camera's ready, and asked him about when he was younger, what happened in his past. And it gets revealed that he had a DUI. And during this DUI, he actually drove drunk into a lake and left a little, or a young girl, or a girl, I don't know if she was young, I don't remember if they said that, but he left a girl for dead. So when Cookie heard that, she looked like she was shocked, appalled, and really, like, you know, mad at Lucious for kind of bringing that out right there in the public. You know what I mean? Like, he tried to kind of warn her and say that everybody's not perfect and they got skeletons in their closet and things like that, but he had the perfect opportunities. But no, he wanted to wait until he can get an audience, because he likes to humiliate people, especially because the mother messed with him. So she was like, wow, you really are like they say. Yeah, like, you should have probably listened to whoever told you that he was bad and a dirtbag, because he is. Following that, Andre, he goes to the Empire Club, whatever, and Shine is there. He done took over. He got money, playing with the money, got his little hoes there, little strippers, watching their booties pop and stuff. And Andre comes in like, you know, I'm here to celebrate with you. Let's cheers to this. And Shine pulls him over to the corner. He's like, you know, I heard about you being a little crazy, whatever, but it's alright, because I dealt with crazy people before. And Andre's like, well, hold up. We're going to switch this. And he let him know, like, I know that you levied all your stuff, your laundry mats, your this, your that. You shut everything down so you can get the money to give to Lucious. But the reason is why. Why did you do that? The reason why is because you already knew it was going to happen, because you was working with Shine. And you know what's one thing my dad hates worse than enemies or some crap like that? He said, it's snitches. So he was like, what do you think my dad will say when he finds out about this? And by right there, he had the noose over the man's neck, and it's like, if you don't want me to snitch, you're gonna have to make sure that you listen to authority starting from now. And we're gonna work together, and we are going to handle this. And he's like, what are we gonna do? He's like, we're gonna kill my father. I'm like, Kanye drops the mic. Okay, because yo, this guy is freaking crazy. I know I look like just a floating head and now I want to sit up, right? But they need to put his behind into some type of program so that he can get himself together, because obviously no one's thinking about Andre because he's not around the family like that, so they don't see the changes. Well, Cookie kind of saw it last week, but she can't confirm it yet. She's like, something's changing about you and I don't know if I like it, you know. And but I feel like they need to be a little more proactive. They need to actually be around him so they can see like things are not right. And Nessa don't really know him like that, you know, and she's not saying anything to anybody, but he's really going down, y'all. So he probably gonna try to kill off Lucious and kill off Anika. But we gonna see in March, y'all. So make sure y'all keep it locked, y'all subscribe so that you can come back and we can do this. Alright guys, be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and store limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Later.